Hey guys, what is happening in Niger Republic is a kind of a warning to West African leaders who feel that once they occupy position, they have turned it to their family property and all that, neglecting the reason why they are there. You know, say, e get as you go take push person, he go react. Our African leaders, they know they try. You understand? Then they do democracy, they know they try. Their people, their masses are suffering. It doesn't bug them. It's not their business. For the fact that they themselves and their families are okay, no problem. So every other person is go to help. You will be surprised to hear words, the kind of powerful message of the leader of the military junta in Burkina Faso has sent to them. Is a kind of warning to all of them. Welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for this coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The leader of the military junta in Burkina Faso, who is the country's transitional president, Ibrahim Traoré, sent a strong message to African leaders during the Russia-African Summit in St. Petersburg in Russia. In a speech like to that of the former president, Thomas Sankara, the military leader urged African presidents to work for their population and not for imperialists. My generation of Africans said I should ask this question: why is Africa rich in natural resources yet the people live in abject poverty? He continued that now Africans will no longer cross seas to die, but we hold leaders responsible for their misery. It is because of poverty that they are forced to cross the ocean to try to reach Europe. They die in the ocean, but in the near future, they won't be going to the ocean because they will be coming to our palace in search of their daily bread. He called out European countries for their double standards, asking why they always described African protesters and those who have carried arms to defend their nations as terrorists. It is disappointing because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, we call them patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to serve Europe. It wasn't with their consent, it was against their will. But on their return, we remember well that at Tyre, when they wanted to claim their basic rights, they were massacred. It does not matter when we, the people, decide to defend ourselves. We are called militants, but that is not the problem, it said in a statement. The 35-year-old who took over power on September 20, 2022, said some African heads of state operate like the Western world, calling those fighting for their freedom militants. The problem is to see African heads of state who bring nothing to these people who are fighting, but who sing the same song as the imperialists, calling us militants, calling us men who don't respect human rights. What human rights are we talking about? We take offense at this, and it is shameful. We African heads of state must stop behaving like puppets who dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. He said, meanwhile, soldiers in the Niger Republic have confirmed the removal of President Mohamed Bazoum from office over what they described as his failure to improve the social and economic welfare of the presidential guard. Recall that in the early hours of Wednesday, some soldiers attached to the Presidential Brigade Guard detained Mohamed Bazoum in what appeared to be an imminent coup. Some African country leaders have warned the soldiers to stay away from the presidential palace and release President Bazoum. However, the coup plotters continued with their plan after they forced the president to resign. In a nationwide broadcast by the soldiers, the leader of the coup, Colonel Major Abdurrahman, with 9 other uniformed soldiers behind him, stated that they decided to put an end to Bazoum's rule because of the continued deterioration of the security situation in the West African country. The colonel warned external forces to stay away from the internal affairs of the country. He also announced that all political appointments by the previous government have been dissolved. He added that they are acting on an order by the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland. We, the Defense and Security Force, have decided to put an end to the regime you know. This follows the continuing deterioration of the security situation and poor economic and social governance. All external partners are asked not to interfere. The land and air borders are closed until the situation has stabilized. A night curfew would take effect from 22:00 until 05:00, the local time, until further notice. We are acting on safeguard of the homeland, the CLSP, the statement reads. So guys, you've all heard it now. I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.